The chemistry of lines and combinations can only be found on the ice. SINDEN and Ferguson create a short exhibition series, the Red and White Games. The scope of their power is obvious, and despite sacrifices made by all, the work ethic is solid. The Soviet scouts publicly comment the play is not as physical as they had expected from Canadians, a move perhaps to goad Team Canada into reckless behavior. Though the coaches deal with injury and a few roster changes, there is unanimous belief that the country will be represented by Canada's best. They are the first to be known as Team Canada. The series has taken years to organize and finally moved forward when supported by the heads of state for Canada and the Soviet Union. The CAHA, Hockey Canada, the NHL, and the NHL Players Association have provided the governance. Accepting the self-interests of some, everyone agrees players without NHL contracts are ineligible. Bobby Hull signed with the WHA, an upstart rival to the NHL. He is barred from representing Canada despite the Prime Minister's appeal to the NHL. Much of the media's attention surrounds Bobby Orr. Mixed messages from doctors in Boston and Team Canada organizers in Toronto leave most wondering. Even the Soviets allow for an additional roster spot reserved for Orr alone, should he be able to play. With his knee recovering from another surgery, Canada's best defenseman is hopeful he'll at least be able to play the final 4 games in Moscow. For now, Orr is not concerned by being restricted to light skating at practice.
So I look at the lineup, the hockey players of the Canadian team that we have on the ice, and I guess it's going to take an awful great team to beat them, and I don't think the Russians have that talent.
As camp begins to break, the enthusiasm is fueled by countless photo ops. Media interest intensifies, promoting endless speculation and debate on hockey matters. Through it all, an us and them mentality surfaces. With a rich history in the game, all involved are reassured. No other can displace Canada's self-assumed status as the world's best. The belief is held fast because one intangible will make the difference.
When you put your flag, on your sweater, that's a special feeling.
Each member of the team is having to form new impressions of what he faces, of what will happen when hockey finally brings these two worlds together.
We were overwhelmed by the interest and by the mystery, I suppose, of the Soviets. The Soviet kids were brought up certainly in an environment that was worlds away from the North American environment of our players.
For some, sorting through the emotion and uncertainty is very simple.
It was us against them. They were hockey players, they were athletes. They wanted to prove a point the same as we did. We felt we were better players.
Everyone deals with the whirlwind in their own way. Virtually all maintain a quiet state of confidence. But for some, the looming first game forced more questions about what was really known for sure.
I really didn't know what it was all about. We heard various stories that, the Russians had been working out for months and months and months.